I was watching Kenny of All Trades on his YouTube channel as he was demonstrating a smokeless fire pit that he picked up at Walmart. He indicated that the price was approximately $120. I was so impressed with the results of what he achieved that I went and bought one as well. I found one on Temu for a little less. Here is an excerpt from that video episode of Kenny talking and demonstrating his smokeless fire pit.
We'll head back to the campsite. It's kind of a bummer. There's no way that we're going to be able to have a fire up on the hill tonight. It's just way too windy out here. When I plan on cooking supper over the fire, supper is going to take a couple hours to prepare. So let me show you what I'm thinking we're going to do for the fire. I've been carrying around some different equipment for the last couple of months, just waiting for the chance to use it. Tonight, we're going to use one of them, the smokeless fire pit. Let's give this thing a shot. I picked this stove up at Walmart probably 2 months ago. I've been carrying it around, waiting for the perfect chance to use it. It was like 99 bucks. We'll see how good it is. Looks like it comes with instructions. I can barely read, more or less talk. Let's get it unpacked. The fire's starting to go down, but I'm really surprised at how long it's lasting. I think it would have burnt up in a fire pit by now. I'm definitely going to be keeping the smokeless fire pit in the truck. I'll be using it. I think it worked really well. And I just don't want the truck to smell like smoke. I'll have to let you know how that works out. If you have one of these, you'll have to let me know. I seen Matt Tolbers use one probably about a year ago, so I asked him down in his comments if it made his vehicle smell like smoke, and he said no. So fingers crossed, we don't have any issues. Boy, it breaks down really nice and small. Perfect. Nice.
Hey, what you doing?
Girl, what's up? What are you doing? Stalking me? What do you think I'm doing?
Oh, you got a package
I
and
got
I'm
a
gonna see
package,
what.
girl. This package right here is gonna change our camping life.
So you stay.
Are you interested?
Sure.
I got this idea from Kenny of All Trades on the YouTube. He had one of these, and I thought, we need one of these. You know what this is?
Tell us.
This is a smokeless fire pit, or fire something. Hang on, I'll tell you in a second. Yep, that's what it says. Smokeless fire pit. And it comes with a lot of good stuff in here. And what this thing does, when I get this thing fully assembled, which you'll see, is that when you put the wood in there, you know how you're at a campfire and that smoke follows you? Well, there goes pieces, parts. Anyways, Kenny showed that this thing doesn't produce any smoke.
Nice.
This thing will even burn wood longer. I know.
So you put real wood in
Yeah,
there?
you put real wood in there. And
Nice.
you also have a rack that you can make steaks, hot dogs, hamburgers, whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it showed that the wood took longer to burn than in a regular fireplace or fire pit where the fire would just consume the wood.
Nice.
So we're going to try it. So this is what I got. Now Kenny showed it on his YouTube channel, and it's actually collapsible, and I'll have to put this together. So hang on, let's take a break and I'll get right back. All right, look what we got here. We got pieces parts. The way these things work, got an ash pan. Stick that in there. Then you put this upper barrel on the top. So you have your vents down here. Air comes in. Then you have this item here that slides in. And if you look down in there, it's over the ash pan. And that's where you stick the wood. And then the wood, as it burns, the ashes fall down. And you have a ring here. They call a fire ring that you can just lay the lumber in there.
Is that what keeps the smoke out?
No, it's actually this, I don't know. We're going to see how this thing works. They also give you a poker. Not to be confused with an ace or a heart. It's just a poker. It's not a poker game. And you can poke the wood. Now, let's just say you want to cook. They gave you a grill. And you can grill over the fire.
And this breaks down easy to go in the van?
Yep. So,
We like your slippers.
yeah, it's comfortable out here.
It's
today.
raining out today.
I don't care.
We're hanging
That's
out.
and they even give you a carrying bag.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
That'd be
so
really
this
nice.
way when you disassemble everything, it goes in this bag. So
That's super nice.
what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how to disassemble it and get right back to you. Stay tuned for the next part. Okay, so it just says to collapse it in reverse order. And then it just goes into this bag right here.
Easier with both of us doing it.
Yeah. And it just seals up.
Very nice.
There's carrying handles.
So cool.
Pretty nice.
Very nice.
All right. The test is out in the woods. So let's see what happens there. All right, we're going to do a test. A test based on smokeless fire pit versus a regular fire pit. According to Kenny of all trades, fire pit burned the wood the slowest. I'll go ahead and set this up. To make this fire challenge, identical, I've got 3 pieces of wood for each pit, and we're going to burn them. We're going to use a fast-acting fire starter, and we'll see which lasts longer. The bad thing is I can't lay the fire or the wood like I do on this fire pit. I have to stack it like this. You will be using these fire starter patches or pouches, and what I'm going to do, to be fair, I'm going to start this one first and then that one. So let the test begin. We're going to test to see if it's truly a smokeless fire pit versus the actual fire pit. Stay tuned. We're into 20 minutes of the burn. And what I've noticed between the two fire pits is I had to put a second fire starter in the natural fire pit to get it going. Whereas in the smokeless fire pit, I had to do nothing. In fact, I moved the wood around in the fire pit versus the smokeless, and you can see that the smokeless is just burning a lot better. I think it's because of the vents at the bottom pulling air in and pulling it through the top. And you can see there's more smoke from the fire pit than there is from the smokeless fire pit. Stay tuned. As you can see, look at the intensity of the heat coming out of the smokeless fire pit. Again, I did not move any wood around that smokeless fire pit. I walked over there to see how hot it is compared to the natural fire pit, and it is warm. You actually can get some pretty good heat off that smokeless fire pit. So I'm impressed so far. Let's continue with the test. Okay, we are 1 hour into the burn, and as you can see, the fire pit is smoking like crazy, and the smokeless fire pit is not smoking crazily. There's your embers. They look pretty nice compared to here. I got to stoke this fire to get the wood together. Here the wood just kind of falls on each other. This is 1 hour into the burn. So here we go. We are 1.5 hours into the test, and as you can see, the fire pit is still smoking. It's got some flame, and then you got the smokeless, which you can see heat coming out of it, but not the kind of smoke that's coming out of the fire pit. So let's examine closely. I had to move the wood around in the fireplace to get it to burn. I never touched the wood in the smokeless fire pit, and you can see that it's still warm. And this is after 1.5 hours. So the smokeless does burn quicker, but it does provide coals fast enough that we can maybe cook on. Well, we are 2 hours into this test, and you can still see that the regular fire pit is still smoking. Let's take a look and see what is inside the smokeless. That's your fire pit, and that's your smokeless. And there is still heat coming out of that smokeless fire pit. So the smokeless does work. It doesn't create smoke. Maybe in the beginning it did, but during its operation it was good. And here is the fire pit. So I think what I'm going to do is go with the smokeless on camping trips. It's easy to disassemble, compact size, put in a bag, and it does produce heat. So the next test I'm going to do is I'm going to put charcoal inside the smokeless fire pit, and I'm going to cook some steaks today for lunch.
Stick your hand down there. You have to start that fire starter and toss it down in there.
What's that?
So you're going to have to start that fire starter and toss it down in there.
That's good. So
Dave.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, you're about to go. Woof.
How am I going to go?
Better stand back.
As you can see, I didn't go poof. The charcoal lasted over 7 hours, and the steaks cook well on the grill. All in all, the tests went well. The smokeless pit does work. And thank you again for watching this video.